دنجل پلو روح شهارا او یک رنگا ستیم نشا دنجل پلو روح شهارا او یک رنگا ستیم نشا دنجل پلو روح شهارا او یک رنگا ستیم نشا دنجل پلو روح شهارا
Oturamağı be şlam alın ki bu spoilan in George Margulov ay khust audio loş bak ben de ki dren şurunu makhta batlaw nokhun بسبب خشوارتن technical problem كودان درين شوريلا إن خرجت أوديو أنا بلشان إنجلس فهم زمان أخي دي اللي خام يقرب شو من أنجلو طالبي كنت شولو إلى جشران ستاك و قريتو ديتو إلى كم زمني بتأخر أوديو الدنيا يمكن بوج أنا غيت أشميمون أنت لهم بخار زي 5 دقائق خارتها تلفون بتفتخنا أنا كنت نسيتهم من بخار بخريتهم يقرأ أنجلي أنجلينا سلام.
سلام از شما. واقعا انگلیسی صحبت کنم فارسی. Speak English?
You have to speak English.
Oh, okay. I speak.
Because 90% of our Assyrian people they don't
much
speak
easier
Farsi,
for me, even better. Okay, good.
Well, I want to welcome you to my show. I've been
you.
waiting for this moment for a long time.
Thank you for inviting me.
We've been working together in this program.
Yeah.
How many years?
A lot of years.
So welcome to Assyrian program. If you're going to say hello to our viewer.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Angelo Talibi from Iran, of course, originally. My mom is from northern Iran. My father is from southern Iran. Oh, just for this one, mine, yes. I am an econometrist, which is, econometrics is mathematics of economics. I'm an MBA in finance, also a master in statistics and mathematics. Also 12 years in Harvard University as neuroeconomist, study the brain mapping of the, brain mapping and finding out where it comes from, like financial noise, for instance. Right now, in the whole world, you see financial noise. People get up, the first thing they think about, what is it? In Iran, they think about how much is the dollar to have. Like, I think that's was the first thing they think about. But paying the bills, the soccer moms, that they like to pay for the soccer games, like piano lessons and all that. You know, family, if you look at the family all together, they have so much financial noises, you know, the bills, the due
We're talking
dates
about the financial noises. How effect has on financial noises in stock market in general, plus which country the most? Because in Middle East, today's problem in Iran, Middle East, there's no evidence stock market has been moved.
Yeah.
But if there is somebody else knows comes, stock market moves. Why is that? In Middle East, it's less effective.
Okay, stock market is the valuation of the goods and services among people. Like the total of goods and services all together creates economy. Goods and service. What is goods? Like rice, eggs, whatever you use, which has a tangible value. Service, you call your insurance company. These are services. Like insurance company provides a service. It's not goods, it's services. You put them all together, creates economy of a country. Now, that's called GDP, gross domestic product. Excuse me. Now, a country like America can sell outside of its borders, like it's called GDP, gross domestic and gross national product now, GNP. And that includes, what happened is in late 1800, there was a guy Dow, and another guy was Jones. Together they create Dow Jones as an index, economic forecast. By the way, they were both statisticians. And since a statistic comes from actually Iran Zamin, like that area, and like Khayyam, like was a statistician, and a lot of universities at that time, like the study of probabilities and the statistics. Right now, the biggest conglomerates in the world are insurance companies, like Allianz, for instance. Allianz started in 1885. It survived World War I, World War II, Bolshevik Revolution, whatever happened, Allianz existed now. There are over 60 countries. Like ING, International Netherlands Group, it started from Netherlands. Like right now, people's money, insurance companies, they have no problem. It's never been in the history of America. Somebody dies or get lifetime income, they haven't got paid. They put their money in the banks, they didn't get paid. They even put their money sometimes with the counties, government. Even the last, like Orange County, remember that? That's right now the financial noise that you say in America is more organized. Why? Because we have a stock market. A stock market is two kinds. One, there's a pit. You go stand there, it's a circle. Pit is a circle thing. Like the guy says IBM. This Wall Street. People went, actually it was a wall at one time. The people from Holland, Dutch and Deutsch, because I speak English, it's easier. From Holland and Germany, the guy on the wall could speak both languages and would connect them. The merchants came to the United States or other places, but there was a wall actually. And created Wall Street, and they took the wall, but the street is still there. And then what happened is another market started, what's called NASDAQ. NASDAQ, technology is in it, like Apple, the stuff you hear is there. NASDAQ, people don't stand in front of each other, yell and they see on TV, sometimes they yell at each other. It is through automation system. It's called National Association of Security Dealer Automated Quotation. That's NASDAQ stands for. Now, this is a huge market. These two together are $100 trillion together. That's why when you compare United States, it's funny. Actually, 1 minute of United States stock market is equal to 1 year of Iran. 1 minute of it. I'm saying it's so big. That's
but
what.
You can answer my question.
Yeah.
I said, what noise makes in the world and stock affect our stock market, world stock market? If something happened in Iraq, nothing changes here.
No, nothing.
If
So
something happened anywhere, doesn't matter. Which part, why?
At one time, United States stock, like 40 years ago, the stock market, when 1979 started, the stock market wasn't as vast as now. Now, there's different segments. At one time, we were relying on oil, energy. Right now, Iran is 0.5% of the world economy. Saudi Arabia is 0.5%. Like, there was no China like this. Middle East is not as important anymore. That's why it is not, because the only thing is the most important is Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz, is the Persian Gulf, is likely it goes to Amman, the Sea of Amman, and the Indian Ocean. Okay, in that part, which is only 4 kilometers, 2 lanes, 90% of the world's trade, the whole trade, passes through this in terms of weight, because it's heavy. Crude is heavy. It is important, but the economy inside the economies are not important, to be honest with you. It is not as important as they were before. Like Saudi Arabia said, I don't want to give you oil. It's okay, because the United States, next year, 2020, we're going to have 20 million barrels per day United States is producing, and that's why we don't need them.
Since 1974, things are changing suddenly.
See,
everything was before.
Energy based. Right now, you have like Shell, you have like Brazil. You go to Rio, they have 2 kind of oil gas stations. One is like with what's called corn fuel. And they have yellow and green. Like there's another one all green. Then this is like fossil fuel. But they use corn for. They use a lot of sand. They use sand for inside the sand is fuel.
So now, that's all those information you gave us, which was very interesting. Mm-hmm. For a person today is working, if he want to invest his money, person, how much you have to make per year to be involved in the stock market? Because that is not for everybody.
No, not at all. The stock market is not for 95% of people. I said that large amount. So stock market is $1. If you lose and become zero, doesn't affect your life. If you put some money, like your retirement, you should never put in the stock market, because if something happens to it, it will affect your future. Right? You can live as good as if you have like money in 401k, for instance, because this is more American. They say 2008, 401k became 201k. It's a joke, but became half as much. You know, like retirement, the financial engineering is a science, is art and science. I'm a certified financial planner. That's why, because CFP, when you see also I'm a registered state investment advisor in the state of California. We are clients, we don't say let's invest. I said let's make a plan. It's different. Invest, go to Vegas. That's much better. You go to Vegas, at least you have fun, you see a show. Number one, we call it tie. Tie means tied together. T-I-E. First, you have to pay less taxes. T is for taxes. It's a planning. Taxes, you can do two things. You cannot, one is evasion. You go to jail. One is avoidance. It's smart. Evasion, like you do things, crazy stuff. But avoidance, when you go to pension plan, you go to a profit sharing plan, you go to IRA, you go to 401k. Okay, there's a $4 concept. The first dollar, eat well, sleep well. Second dollar, shelter. Still caveman. Then you go through defensive investment, retirement. Then you go to $4 stock market, speculation. Because right now, we are on the longest period of United States economy boom. The highest one was 127 months. We passed that. We passed 10 years of expansion. Right now, the market is getting a little bit heavy. Do you know why? Like yesterday was JP Morgan. They showed $30 billion income.
All that you say economy is good and all that, it's for the certain people, for that 1%.
100 million people are.
Today, people are not in category to invest in the stock market. For their future, what they have to do?
Okay, see, first of all, it depends on your age, health. Everybody's age and health might be different. It depends on the purpose of what you want this money do for you. You have to put a trajectory, a map. You can do that. It's called financial engineering. People don't, there's a new thing. Like you say, okay, I'm going to have my money here, like 5 years from now to do this for me, or whatever you want. Someone has to design it. But what we suggest to our clients that are over 60 years old, we tell them to be more conservative, and they use their money to provide lifetime income. If your brain receives information that as long as you have a guaranteed income, like Social Security, right? If you don't have Social Security, it's better to have it. If you don't have it, it's a security net. There's like going on the board, like circus. There's a difference if there's a net, and there's a difference if there's no net. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Circus. Because the same guy without the net starts sweating, the music changes.
Gymnastic people are working on the rope, so if they
but where there's no net,
yeah.
It's a psychological factor. You want to make sure there's a safety net. I remember in Iran, I was a very young kid. My dad took me to Tehran Pars at one time, and I remember was the guy walking on the rope. And the first when he had net, he was clowning, he was making laugh. The same guy, when they took the net off, and everybody was going like this, the music, all drums, and I found out what is psychology of brain. Like you walk to your room. If you turn off the light, you stop. And that safety net in financial, in your peace of mind, something works for you for the rest of your life. It's called sources of income. Like if I tell you you have $5,000 minimum a month for the rest of your life, you get much easier. You have to make sources of income for yourself for that age bracket. For younger ones, of course, for those ones that are higher than 60, and they know death taxes is 40% this year. It's been up to 60, 70% at one time. Death taxes, after you die, there is an exemption, and above that, you have another son that you didn't even know. Sam, Uncle Sam. They get up to 40%, and in my opinion, it's going to go higher than 40%. As right now, 10 people in the world, there are more than 3.5 billion human being wealth. The top 10 have more than bottom 3.5 billion. That's a lot of them. The wealth has to be distributed more evenly. But the first thing, you have to do income for yourself for the rest of your life. Then think about these things.
The most important part, if you want to give advice, people are working in the middle class. and they want to have some safety net for their life. What would be recommendation?
What I think is good to go through IULs. Okay. IUL is an investment vehicle. It's very, very nice too. It's like people that are more modern, like they know computer, they understand it better. Of course, it doesn't matter if you don't know computer, it's still working. But like if you know it, it would be better. IUL, like for instance, you pick an age. Like wife and husband have 2 kids. Okay. Of course, in America, they have 2.2 kids. I don't know how the 0.2 came about, but all America divided by population is 2.2 kids. I said 0.2, only the feet. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, two kids. Okay. Now, the kids, for instance, is 5 and 8. Now, you want, like, imagine you have family now. First, you want a family protection. What does it mean? First of all, you have to visualize that if you are not there, you die, what happens? That's number one. You have to think about it, like what's going to happen? I'm not there. They're going to have dinner, and they're upset. Now, that's emotional problem they have. You can alleviate that by financial medicine. Like okay, this is a good example. One time I was in MBA school, Lincoln University, Jefferson, Missouri, and this guy was talking about risk management and talking about, for instance, if I die, my wife. I said, excuse me, sir, if you die, why do you think about your wife so much? She's gonna have fun. It's okay if I die. I don't want my wife to marry someone. If marry somebody, I want it to be out of love, not need. Said my wife, my kids, if they go to somebody, I want it to be out of love, not need. Financial, like in old societies, when the husband dies, the wife had to go find another husband because somebody feed them. But now she's more modern.
Today's more different. Women work as much as man.
Yeah, very good point.
Time which
now it's if the wife is not there. But let me tell you why. If you're a man, I'll let you know.
Normally, man is not there. But today's.
But okay, if the woman is not there, this is costs $52,200 for 2 kids. Do you know why? You have to get a babysitter, right? You have somebody to get a chef or whatever. You have chef's expensive. Then you have to take somebody takes a kid to the what do you call that? Football, soccer, what have you. Then you have to have somebody do the laundry. Put them all
not
together.
The middle class. Those are not the middle class. We're talking about the middle class.
But the wife is working more than. No, it is not. I'm talking average in America. If some people don't realize the woman at home, they are working. That's a lot of work. Because we think woman is stay home and do something very nice. I personally, if I get married, if I'm married, I'd like my wife to be at home.
Woman, she's married, she has 2 kids. She's a babysitter, she's a cook, she's everything.
Protection of the house, Plus, who comes and work all night? You have to pay twice as much. Like working at night, stay up with the kid all night. I'm sure nursing. Nurses charge $75 an hour, some nurses, You catch a cold. She comes and help you, and whatever. And you're helping her, but you're not home. But if you want to know, she might make more than you. Serious. She might make you contributing more money than the man. As income. First of all, last year, United States women, they had income of all the production 49.2%, more than Japan. As a force, I'm not saying it's not, but some costs they are more conceivable, and some costs they are like you don't realize that, like when you go with 90 miles per hour, you don't evaluate the cost of hitting another car and hurting yourself. You don't evaluate that, otherwise you wouldn't go 90 miles. But people, when they evaluate something, then they do anything. Yeah. If you have any questions, comment.
My question, I didn't get it all. I just want to see what people.
Okay, I'm saying, first you want to pay less taxes.
I know, but forget about tax maxes. We're talking about the living.
Living.
I am a middle class person. I have a wife, 2 kids. Recommendation, you said for safety
IUL.
net.
I was said to start an IUL. That was the solution.
What's the bracket of income?
I think if you put 10%, 15% of your income.
Your income, total income, how much should be?
About 10%, 10, 15% every year. Put 10% of your income somewhere for family protection. Think about planet Earth. First is the core. The core is the family, right? But for everybody,
Yeah.
unless they don't like the family, I mean, then if they don't like the family, that's okay too. Only they do it for themselves and don't do anything. One of my clients, he said, if I die, I don't care what happens to my estate. I said, you have to pay $3.8 million taxes.
Well, he's not so was
No, he said, okay, let's give it to them, they're my children. And I didn't make any judgment, in my opinion. That's his decision. You know, he said, it depends what people want to do. If they want to do something for the family, number one, it's good to have an IUL, it's Index Universal Life. It's an insurance policy with features. The word benefit, whenever you see something has benefit in America, buy it. Death benefit, income benefit, guaranteed growth benefit, guaranteed principal benefit. Anything has the word benefit, it's a good idea to have in America. Don't you like health insurance benefit? Is a benefit. So buy yourself benefit, changing lemon to lemonade. What does lemon to lemonade? Suppose you're very thirsty in the middle of a desert. Somebody finds you. Do you want him to give you a lemon? No. Do you like him to give you a lemonade? Yes. With the ice in it and everything? Okay. Lemon to lemonade, when you have cash, it creates problem. When I say you have $10 million right now, you know, they put in MRI, the first thing they see, you're stressed out. Where should I put my money? That's the stressing. Now if I say give you $15,000 a month for the rest of your life, stress is converted to pleasure. Now you can visualize your hypothalamus that I go to. Anything you want to visualize. I go with my fiance or I go with my children, you know. You want to create income, source of income, monthly income.
And that's you have to buy anything because
Yes.
net
Yes.
gives you a benefit.
Now, if you like stock market, the money's in the stock market. The 100 richest people in the world, none of them is in real estate. They're all in stock market.
Like that in Las Vegas.
No.
They
Stock
gamble.
market is Vegas. If you don't know what you're doing, yes. If you know what you're doing, is no. And if you want to say the difference, is people don't know what they're doing, and the stock market is, there are two forces, fear and greed. These are two forces. Why do we have crash in the stock market? Because people are not rational. They're not rational. Now, how to buy stocks? But imagine if you had put $10,000 in Apple, would have been 1.2 million.
But that you have to have it to put the 10,000. If the person
for
doesn't
people-
have it, that doesn't.
If you don't have anything, so you don't have anything. That's good. You don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
Of course, people come to us, they have so much money, they don't know what to do with their money. People that don't have money, so they don't have money. They will be using government. Like government has programs they can use.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. I have some advertisement on the show. I have sponsors. After advertising, I'll be back. We have some more questions. I'm going to open our phone last 15 minutes. If you have any question, please call Mr. Angelo here. He's the best person to answer what you do with your money. Thank you. Oturum gibi şlamalhun khaykita. Kımırşı khaziyalhun, sponsor khaziyalhun, kadenne sponsorin hayrum. Mr. Angelo, we did take a break to talk about
Yes.
our sponsors and commercials because it helps. This is stock market too.
Yes, yes.
Because we have to get the help and to get
Yes,
the
I
program
understand.
done.
I understand.
Well, if you briefly, because I want to open a line for people to ask question. We talk about safety net, we talk about stock market, we talk about the net profit. Those are the best one to start. Explain one more time,
Okay.
and I'm going to open the phone in the next few minutes.
In 1933, after the Depression, when Depression happened in America, there were lines to have only a soup. Lines of lines in Manhattan. This is what's called Manhattan. And the biggest rally was communist rally. It was called Big Apple. What you called Big Apple at one time was the biggest communist movement in America. But they said it doesn't work. And then some Americans said, if it is red, we'd better dead. We're not going to be communists. And that's why they created Investment Company Act of 1933. And they created investment companies, they're called mutual funds. Mutual funds, people put all the money together and some organization makes decision what to buy and not to buy for them based on what your goal is. They say, I want growth, I want balance. You tell them what, that happened. But still, when 2008 happened, the mutual funds collapsed. Not just because you went to a mutual fund, there is no risk. It's less risk because there are more people in it, you know. But like Chinese, first this came from Xerxes of Persia. This like what's called statistics and economics that we are talking about, it actually came, what's called annuity even came from Xerxes. The time that the soldier would die, they would pay income for the rest of their life to their wife. Or like they have 10 merchants, they had like 10 boxes, there were 10 ships, they would put one in each ship. If the one sinks, at least they have 9/10 of the wealth. Spreading risk, like sharing risk. And that's the concept of risk management, the insurance companies. Then insurance, late 19th century, 1885. And now it's so complex. There are 12 million kinds of investments in America. 12 million. There's so many investments in America. That's why it's good to work with somebody. If you want a financial plan, it's like going to a doctor. Like I'm a financial physician. Like you say, oh, it depends what kind of like health you want to have. Financial hygiene, there is a hygiene, it's called financial hygiene. You know, you have to have a peace of mind, like a predictable income. Now they're noticing women and men. They're two different because, you know, women and men, financial behavior is totally different.
So with your permission, I'm going to put the phone up on the screen.
Yes.
And people can call.
Oh, sure, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the television. It's a program for financing, how you manage your money, who you trust, and which company to buy. You need the right person to talk to. I'm going to put the phone up, and would you please call Mr. Angelo, who is a specialist in this field, so he can answer your question much as possible. And believe me, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, the thing is that financial planning, Institute of Financial Planning, I'm one of the first graduates because that hasn't been around. The science of financial planning is like something, is a trajectory, is path of your life. You can do nothing about it and get lost. And so, you know, like going to dead ends all the time. So let's start all over again. And the financial planning, especially people have like family and stuff, you know, it's good to do that. Then you go forward with less stress, with more happiness with the family. And the good thing about financial planning is a lifetime solution. Like you take aspirin, like you take Tylenol, it's over for 6 hours. Then what? But financial planning, you find permanent solutions. That is a preventive measure. Like people say, go buy life insurance to protect my family. They don't do it. Then all of a sudden they take another physical. Now they can't get it anymore because you lost a very good benefit because you procrastinate. So I'll do it next month. I'm going to do it tomorrow. No?
Talking about life insurance, when I was younger, I came 1968 in the United States. At that time, my friends, then my first wife, she said, why don't you buy, you're young. But because cheaper is better, don't wait to get older and then buy life insurance.
Yes.
So I didn't listen. I waited. When I get around 40s, then I wish I could buy it for $20, I bought it for $60.
That's exactly, because cost of mortality. In America, there's a table out of 20 million people, Department of Labor. 20 million people, they say life age. 0 to 2, 3, the child is sudden death syndrome. The cost of mortality is, then it gets less. Then from 15 to 19, teenager, in America, in every country, goes high. The rest, because like 70% of the United States, all the United States crimes is committed by people between 15 to 17. 70%, every crime reported in America. Put them all together in a basket. Then it gets less, till you get 60, 61, you're still less less risk of getting killed, dying than 15 to 19.
5%, yeah.
Then it goes back, then all of a sudden goes higher. And this table assumption is 100% of people die at age 100. Now they're making 110, what's called super centurion. Centurion is 100, super centurion is 110. Like this table is expanding because of life expectancy, also advance in medical. Like a lot of, because people live longer. Right now, 85 to 95 is the fastest growing population in the United States in terms of percentage, 85 to 95.
They're existing,
They're
living.
They weren't before.
Today's
Now there's a
average.
new phenomenon. Like it's called skewed to the right. Like America is skewed to more people this age bracket. Iran is skewed to the left, or Middle East. The more young people.
Because of medication, because of people didn't go to show themselves to doctor, they didn't have good insurance, go for checkup. Those are important parts which somebody have to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
If I'm I'm healthy, why should I go to doctor? No. Maybe there's some other thing you don't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to cause you to...
Also, there's something insurance companies used to sell life insurance. The insurance companies buy life insurance. And let me tell you what happened. One time I went to see my sister. She has a tenant. And the tenant is a very nice guy. He's an engineer now. He has no family. He's mid-80s. And he said, Angelo, what is this? I said, you have to pay this money. It's premium for insurance. I said, I don't have any money. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, I don't have any money. Actually, I need money. I said, but this life insurance? Then I thought if he could sell his life insurance to somebody, right?
Now there's so many advertising to
No,
buy.
they buy life insurance, but what's called epigenetics. Genetics, epi means beyond genetics. Beyond genetics is a science came from UCLA, Dr. Horowitz. He also was Nobel laureate, and one of his students, Dr. Chang, they started a company to buy life insurance because life insurance companies, they are not very good evaluator of risk. Why? You go buy life insurance, you say, do you smoke? You say, no. Because you were smoking, but you just didn't, like you did something for the last 3-4 weeks, doesn't show you in urine. A lot of people do that. Now you got non-smoker for the rest of your life. And that was a big risk insurance companies took because they took a risk and they were cheated. Let's say, because a lot of people cheat life insurance companies. Then, much more don't, but a lot of people do that. Now, you go tell these guys, I don't smoke. They put some saliva, they tell you when was the last time you smoked, how many cigarettes you smoked in your life, and how many cigarettes your father smoked. Through barcodes that they write on your RNA, DNA. Those riders, that they ride, like horses. And they find the composite of your chemistry, of your RNA, DNA, and they can find out this information. It's amazing information. That's why they buy insurance policies. If you're watching this, if you want to sell your life insurance, average age is 82.2. You can sell those and they give you a check and they write you if you don't need that life insurance anymore. But if you need it, what is need? If something happens to you, your children have to pay death taxes, things like this. But if there's nobody around you, I mean, they are doing well, and you need money yourself for long-term care, you can sell them and get cash, and you just enjoy it.
What percentage they give you your money back?
It depends on that examination. Okay, for instance, the insurance companies think you die here. And if you live here, you die here, so they don't want that policy. They want a policy dies sooner than what the insurance company think. And that's why they buy that. It's very complex
You have to be
calculation.
sick to sell your insurance.
No, not sick. You have to be sick.
How do they know how
Because
long you're going to live? How
they know. Actually, they can guess pretty much how many months even you live. They can even get to the a month. Really, I think if they sit down, really calculate, they can get to the day.
Well, if I sell my insurance, I'm not going to go give an exam. I don't know when I'm going to die. I'm going to know when I'm going to die.
No. If you, for instance, you yourself, you sell my life insurance. You go to they send a doctor to your house and check your saliva. They say buy. They leave. Right? They have to be MD. They check on it. They say, we buy it or not. And if you buy it, how much you pay for it. The good thing is, if you don't need money for your beneficiaries, if you need money now, you should do it now for yourself, because If you need it, needs a keyword,
Yeah.
then you're much better off, but you can do it for yourself. Pay yourself first. Yeah.
As a professional, what you are doing in your business, most people come to you. What do you recommend to them? As their income, you can recommend what to do, or just
See, oh yeah.
what you're planning.
Okay. They come what's called for fact finding. I want to find, it's called KYC, know your client. The more I know them, the better I do things for them, right? They come, for instance, you come with Mrs., for instance. I say, how are you doing? We chit chat, do you want tea or do you want anything? They will sit down. I said, like, what is your date of birth? Then I said, how's your health? We talk in general. How do you feel about your children? How do you feel about your grandchildren? How do you feel about life? How do you feel about charitable giving? Do you have any organization you want to pay charity to? And how much taxes do you pay this year? But most people come to us, they're high net worth. I mean, they have people, the upper middle class. The upper middle class. You see, because middle class or lower middle class, they don't need financial planning like they do, but they can do it themselves. Online. You don't want to get a professional money manager. If like for $200,000, $150,000 of like investment you have, you can put it in a product. For instance, Allianz right now has an account. This is very interesting. Allianz has an account. Suppose somebody's 60. If you're 50, 60, 55, 60, you can buy them and keep them for 10 years. This is for next period of life. Then at that time you can get income for life, but your income goes up every year. And if you go to long-term care, it doubles tax-free in California. Like 5,000 becomes 10,000. Remember, 1 out of 600 homes, they go on fire. 1 out of 400 cars have an accident. 1 out of 2 need long-term care. There's 6 things that we you can't do 2 out of that 6. You need long-term care, and these companies, it's good to be with insurance companies to cover that for yourself. Otherwise, last year, most people paid for long-term by cashing out their homes or take out a 401k. Yes, it is. Very careful.
Well, we have a few minutes left to the program. Some of you, the last word, what your recommendation, really important for them to know.
I think the financial planning has one. The failures don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. The failures of financial, they don't fail to plan. They don't say, let's sit down how to become failure. They plan to fail. They didn't plan to fail, they failed to plan. You understand what I'm saying? They have to make a plan. Yeah, it says journey, buongiorno. Journey means you have to get up. It's a journey. Life is a journey. You stop in the morning, right? And life is a journey. And financial planning is this journey goes with the niceness, kindness, happiness. It stays out of anger, because I noticed first you did some prayer in Assyrian. What is that the dance, Sheikhani? That dance. By the way, I went to an Assyrian and I tried that dance. I'm pretty good at it. I found out. Yes.
Well, we had a lot of friends Assyrian.
Yeah, oh yes. Oh, Iran, in my neighborhood, there were 3, I'm a Zarathushti myself, but there were Armenians, Assyrians, and Zarathushti in Estar in Iran. Estar in Tehran. Tehran was a street. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, but of course I was a kid. I don't remember that much. But my dream is to go. Iranian watch your TV too? Or speaking Farsi?
No.
No? Okay. But whoever you are.
Not many.
Yeah, of course. The Zarathushtis and Assyrian, it goes back many thousands of years, because there are traces of 2,500 before Christ, as you know. Assyrians have amazing culture, and I love the culture. It's the longest living culture on earth, and I appreciate that. And I hope, if you guys want to, my name of my company, can I say it?
Sure.
It's Beverly Hills Financial Planners. Beverly Hills
Why
Financial
don't you put
Planners.
this up?
Also, in Hollywood, Beverly Hills Financial Planners, which is a registered investment advisory firm. Registered is important. Everybody's an investment advisor. Ask him if you're registered, like a doctor. Are you registered as a doctor or a physician or financial advisor? You can, our number is 310-205-9000, 310-205-9000. We have a website, by the way. It's pretty good. www.bhfp, which is the acronym for that, Beverly Hills Financial Planners, bhfpinvest.com, www.bhfpinvest.com, 310-205-9000. Just mention this George gentleman, nice man name, and I can give any, there is no charges. You can call, and any question you ask, just for being here, watching us, is on me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate it. This is the first program in my lifetime as a television did financial report.
Really?
I never had it before.
Oh, actually,
I'm gonna
it's
plan
more than
some other
finan-
time.
Yeah,
Some-
what I say is about happiness too, financial happiness, because it's not just making money. It's money. It's like hammer. You can make a statue of David or hit yourself to the head. Money is like that.
Thank you very much. Pushim Shana, Shukran Shana, Alkhuz Akhina. Bye bye.
Actually,
دو جربانو روح شهارا او یک رنقا ستی ارمشا دو جربانو